How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
What it do, ladies and dudes? You know what it is. It's the vulgar one, the vulgar son, the vulgar desperado.
It just might be the end of chivalry, the gentleman bastard.
We are the Jabber Jawz, coming at you with some things for you and your crew to talk about in your living rooms. And today we are roasting Elizabeth Banks again because she has not learned that we don't want her shit.
We don't.
So, before we get into this article, you know what to do. Please hit that like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it on the road to 1,000.
There we go. Leave a few comments, too. We're going to love the love.
Thank you very much. So, I'm just going to read this shit right off the rip, and then we're going to give you our thoughts. So, from Deadline, Elizabeth Banks leads voice cast of the Flintstones animated series Bedrock as comedy scores pilot presentation at Fox. Article continues, Elizabeth Banks, who has been shepherding the project as executive producer, will lead the voice cast of the series, starring as Pebbles, the adult daughter of Fred and Wilma. The project has scored a pilot presentation 2 years after it emerged that it was first in the works at Fox. The cast also includes Stephen Root as Fred, Amy Sedaris as Wilma, Nicole Breyer as Betty, Joe Lo Trigilio as Barney, and Manny Janico as Bam Bam. A primetime animated adult comedy series continues the story of the Stone Age family. Bedrock catches up with the Flintstone family 2 decades later with Fred on the brink of retirement and a 20-something Pebbles embarking on her own career. As the Stone Age gives way to a shiny and enlightened new Bronze Age, the residents of Bedrock will find this evolution harder than a swing from Bam Bam's Club. Warner Bros. Animation and Fox Entertainment are producing. Alongside Banks, Max Handelman executive produces via Brownstone Productions, and its overall deal with Warner Brothers, television groups, and Sam Register, blah, 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 bitty, blah, 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 blah. So, can anyone say Velma 2.0 is on the horizon? This sounds like some trash, and, you know, it's hard to tell. People probably will say, well, you know, give it a chance. You never know. It could be funny. Cocaine Bear was good.
Duh.
But this is still Elizabeth Banks. This is still the woman that did Charlie's Angels, said people were sexist if they don't see it, and then tried to backtrack when people, you know, didn't see
go
it.
To see it.
Like, yeah, you know.
You can't make action movies for females and think that guys are going to want to go and see it right away. You directed it just for females.
Exactly.
So that was your clientele, and your clientele didn't want to go watch it.
And I think that's going to be the same shtick here with Bedrock.
Exactly.
You know, it's following Pebbles, which, don't get me wrong, that's not a bad idea. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they had that TV show where Bam Bam and Pebbles were, like, in college, and they actually...
You know?
I'm going to pull that shit up real quick.
Yeah.
Yep, they did have a TV show, 1971, the Pebbles and Bam Bam show. And they were, you know, at least teenagers. I think it was driving around in a car. I can't remember how old they were. But point still stands. It's not a bad idea, and in a lot of ways, it's been done before. The problem is you got to read in between the lines. So going back to the article, it says, you know, it's following Pebbles on her career journey at 20-something Pebbles, and she's in the shiny and enlightened new Bronze Age. Now, the problem here is the word enlightened, because we know that certain woke-ish people like to use maybe that in a derogatory term that, oh, well, I'm smarter, I'm enlightened, you're a Neanderthal, blah, 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 blah. And just knowing Elizabeth Banks' track record and Hollywood's track record as it is right now, it's easy, like, it's like T-ball. You know, they're going to have Fred be some backwater-ass fucking douchebag of a Neanderthal.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
And then Pebbles is going to be the enlightened one and be like, geez,
this is
Dad.
the new way. This is how it's supposed to be now. We can't just all stay in the Stone Age. Come, already every single
The
episode's gonna have
wokeness writes itself.
Yeah, at that point it's gonna be just woke bullshit 24/7, and it's Velma 2.0, like you already stated.
Exactly.
We don't need more rebooted shows, remade shows,
because
where you're just making it into this trash.
Yeah, and you're just fucking up the characters. People liked Velma. Velma was like the hottest fucking cosplay character of like 2021,
Exactly. How many
not too long
Daphnes
ago.
do you see compared to
exactly,
Velmas?
right?
It's always
so
Velma.
Now y'all about to fuck up Pebbles? Like, you're gonna
Hey.
fuck up Pebbles and Bam Bam? Like, and that's kind of my thing is it's like, I don't want them revisiting this old stuff where people have good nostalgic, feelings to.
Yeah, those good happy memories, those childhood type memories, like.
And now they just want to go and shit on it, and it's kind of funny too, like looking at the cast, the voice cast of this. I'm wondering if they're gonna do a little bit of race swapping of the characters, just because again we live in the woke age, and if you look at the screenshot here. Betty is played by a black woman, and Bam Bam is actually played by this. I think he's either Filipino or I think he's Filipino. But I like this cat. He's in the Good Place. But nonetheless, like they're not the same nationality. So I'm wondering if we're gonna also get some race swaps as we normally do.
Yep.
Because that's just how they, that's how they do this shit.
Yeah, they got to make it to where it's going to be all inclusive and everybody is going to be shown and all that stuff. And it's like, it's cool and all, but then you could have just made a new show.
Exactly.
You could have just had something that was completely different.
You could have like a weird spin-off where it's like, yeah, this takes place in the world of the Flintstones, but these are the the fucking brownstones. I don't fucking,
so the ones that
really want to make them black too.
Like you grew up down the way, Bedrock over here.
It's just in that world,
like,
and maybe there's something there. Maybe there's even like a somewhat pseudo parody. I don't know, but you kind of get the feeling that this is gonna be the same shit. You're gonna get probably Black Betty and maybe a Black Pam or Asian Bam Bam, because
it does work. He was adopted anyways,
he's adopted,
wasn't he? So
right?
It does kind of work on that one. But it's like,
it's gonna be more of the shit that we already don't want, and I think in the end of the day, that's kind of the main problem. Like, here's the funny thing is, a couple years ago, not a couple years ago, it's probably a lot of years ago at this point, but I remember Seth Rogen, wrong guy, Seth MacFarlane
there you go.
was going to, he was doing a Flintstones reboot kind of for Fox, which did pick up this, and if Seth MacFarlane was still doing it, I'd be all about it. He'd keep the character saying, and that motherfucker is funny. Now, that's not to sit there and say that Elizabeth Banks isn't funny, but her track record right now is not somebody that I'm like. It's
who she's trying to aim it at. Like, if you aim it at everybody, then that funny that she has would hit. It would land.
Exactly.
But you're aiming it at one crowd, and that's what made you fail last time.
Right.
Like, we're not saying Cocaine Bear. That was the one
people enjoy that.
But everything else is you keep aiming it at one crowd. Aim it at everyone. See what happens, just like it did with Cocaine. And maybe this will be better for everybody this time.
And that's what I kind of would like hope and think, that maybe, hey, you've learned your lessons, because she tried to backtrack, and she's like, and she backtracked in a way that, obviously kind of tried to, skirt accountability, but she backtracked in a way that she sounded like she was all like, oh, I wasn't trying to make this feminist manifesto, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, maybe you were listening to the wrong agents, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you were just, and
Bug
maybe and then you just did Cocaine Bear. Maybe you're coming out the falls like that. That's the benefit of the doubt that I can give you, that maybe you can. However, knowing the animated world right now, knowing just general comedy, knowing general Hollywood, and just knowing you, I'm not about to just fucking just believe you, ma'am.
No, I'm gonna need to see if you're gonna make it come out episode each week. I'm gonna need to see like half of that season to actually make
we'll
sure
have to hit the if because it just got like a pilot presentation. Who knows if it will get fully picked up, and if it does, we'll hit the fucking reviews for it. But until then, I'm not looking forward to it.
I got nothing good going towards this. Like it's gonna, if it's gonna be more work bull, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good on that shit, and most people are. But you know what it is. It is the Vulgar One, the Vulgar Son, the Vulgar Desperado,
the Gentleman Bastard every time.
And we are the Jabber Jawz. Again, giving you some bullshit for you and your crew to speak on. Now, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll come at y'all with another video.
You know you guys love us.
Thank you very much. Peace.
See ya.